global fuel shock is now hitting Europe's aviation sector. Jet fuel prices have surged in recent weeks, driven by disruption linked to conflict around the Strait of Hormuz. Airlines are already responding with cuts and cost warnings. What began as a geopolitical crisis is now impacting air travel directly. The fallout is immediate and massive. Lufthansa has just moved to cancel a staggering 20,000 flights through October, permanently withdrawing 27 aircraft from its fleet. Across the continent, KLM and SAS are following suit, wiping hundreds of daily services off the map. For the first time in modern history, major airlines are choosing to leave planes on the tarmac rather than fly into a financial abyss.
Some airlines plan to cancel certain flights due to a shortage of jet fuel. Several passengers have already received flight cancellation notices from various airlines, particularly low-cost carriers, for the coming months of May and June.
Jet fuel prices in Europe have more than doubled, rising from around 68 euros per barrel to over 150 euros in weeks. Airlines are still using previously purchased fuel at lower prices, but that buffer is fading. As higher-cost fuel enters the system, fares are expected to increase. Some airlines have already signaled price hikes on key routes.
Several airlines have already announced that they will be raising their prices. Currently, they are using fuel they purchased earlier at a lower price, but they will soon be using fuel purchased at a higher price, so inevitably, they will pass those costs on to consumers.
Europe's vulnerability is now fully exposed. Dependent on Middle Eastern energy, the region is facing a kerosene crisis that Brussels is scrambling to contain. With emergency accelerate EU measures still in limbo, the threat of EU-mandated capacity cuts of 25% is no longer a theory. It is the likely reality for July and August.
We're not very optimistic because at some point, the situation will have to be resolved. The strait has been blocked for several months now, and the oil tankers have been waiting. We're going to have to find a solution because, right now, we're talking about the price of a plane ticket. That's still a luxury. But the price hikes will spill over into other areas, into everything made of glass or plastic. So there will be price increases pretty much everywhere. It could be a tough second half of the year in terms of prices.
The ripples are turning into a tidal wave. Tourism-dependent nations like Spain and Italy are bracing for an economic shock as international arrivals vanish. For the average consumer, the golden age of cheap travel has ended. If the blockade doesn't break by June, the second half of 2026 won't just be expensive. It will be the year the sky went quiet.